And this is going to be important because I know we got this new He-Man flick that's going to be coming out, right? So I want to get right into it of dissecting who this character really was. And the thing about Skeletor, man, is he's always been, obsessively shown in a particular light, right? We always see Skeletor as the bad guy. But as we were taught, man, oftentimes there are two sides. Jesus Christ, I hate when he does that. There are two sides to every single story, right? And I'm simply saying, before we can really condemn Skeletor fully, I think it's on us to at least take a moment to try to understand who Skeletor really is, right? Like, is Skeletor, like, deserving of our contempt? Is that who Skeletor really is, right? Is Skeletor that dude, right? And I said, maybe, possibly Skeletor is as bad as what they say about him, okay? But we got to understand sometimes we're only getting one person's viewpoint. We're not getting the entire story when we only take, He-Man's perspective, right? When the only side of the story we're getting is He-Man's, we're only going to get one part of what's actually going on here. And I bet if we look at Skeletor from a non-He-Man lens, he's a whole different type of character, man. I guarantee you guys this, right? Because, like, on the surface, when we get the surface of Skeletor, like, yeah, I see what you guys are saying. He's like this cackling, skull-faced sorcerer who all he wants to do is just conquer Eternia and seize all the power up in Castle Grayskull, right? I get that. That's what he seems like on the surface level, right? But if we peel it back a little bit, like, there's a lot of versions of this same story in the franchise where he is revealed to be, dun dun dun, Keldor, the lost brother or half-brother of King Randor, which literally makes him He-Man's uncle. Dun dun dun, right? And that flips the script right there. Because we know how kingdoms be getting down. We know how, like, succession battles within kingdoms operate, right? This is not a democracy. I don't know why we even think this place is so great. Well, we love kingdoms, right? So this is the dispute, right? This isn't some monster who just randomly is like, yeah, I'm about to take over, Eternia and Grayskull. I'm just coming in. Like, I'm not just doing stuff to do stuff, right? What I look like, putting my feet on Eddie Murphy's couch, right? I don't just do stuff to just do stuff. So he wasn't just doing stuff to be doing stuff. And, like, here's the thing. This now isn't the monster coming to invade. This is about the prince who's like, no, I should have inherited. Me next. I had game up next. It was go to me, right? I was ready to go. And so he's operating as like this, like, Shadow King. Imagine the role of the king who gets, like, the prince who gets, like, ran out of the kingdom, right? You got to go to your playbook, right? And let's talk about it. Like, you're going up against, like, the best. You're going against the royal family at this point. And I'm just saying, how many times have we had seen people go up against the royal family and we rooted for the people going up against the royal family? Think about, like, Cinderella, right? Or Snow White. Think about, like, Snow White, right? Where, like, the evil queen was using the military and everybody against her, and she had to fight against it because somebody was trying to take her throne or had taken her throne, right? Bam, right? But it's different when it's Skeletor for some reason, right? We flip the script, we change it over when it's Skeletor, right? Everybody else, we defend the right to their throne. He was a prince, and he's like, yeah, I'm really Baratheon, and I want my throne. I want my daddy's records, right? Like, I want what's mine. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, right? We say that for everybody. Render unto them that which is them. So Skeletor is widely known to be a scholar, a scientist, a military leader. He has a true blood claim to the throne, and he is obsessed with getting along with some hidden knowledge, man. He's studying at all costs, right? So, but before he was Skeletor, the scary guy, Skeletor, he was seen as one of Eternia's brightest minds because he was, and he is till to this day. Like, nobody's matching the brilliance of Skeletor. Certainly not He-Man. Certainly not Prince Adam, right? Like, you're not coming close. So, like, when you look at Skeletor, mythically to me, he reeks of, like, Loki, right? He reeks of Loki. Like, you're within the royal family, but you're still kind of rejected by that same family. He's kind of like this Anakin Vader character of this fallen, family member, right? That he fell into darkness, as they would call it. He's Scar, like really the Lion King Scar. That hits it perfectly because you're the brother who got denied the throne, right? And everything he does, every mechanism under which Skeletor rolls is all symbolic, right? Like, this isn't a joke. The Skeletor, the skeleton, is a symbol. He became a man whose identity died. Think about that. That's why he wears the skull. His identity died. And this is a transformation. He suffers so like the story, the back story on this is, okay. The backstory is that he has a catastrophic injury, right? During this conflict with Randor, the king, and facing death, he turned to the Dark World, Hordak, for salvation. So the price for this salvation was his humanity. His face got destroyed. His body gets transformed. Skeletor becomes Skeletor. And from a psychological standpoint, this is massively important to understand who he is. He didn't start off evil, right? And he's doing what he believes is the right thing. Even from the beginning, he was moving in the direction that, no, I'm the righteous king, like, give it up, right? And he had to fight for his throne. Everybody has to fight for the throne, right? It would be crazy if he didn't fight for his throne. And he shouldn't, right? So what he wants from Grayskull, like what all this means to him is justice. It's legitimacy. I am legitimately the throne it's a source of all the divine power in eternity, right? He wouldn't just be gaining power for his own personal choice. He would also be gaining, I was right the entire time. I'm right the entire time. When I was saying do this, that I am the one who is right, not by you. So that's really what he needs. This is what Skeletor is chasing. So the whole thing about him is like, even if he gains immense power, which Skeletor has a lot. He has a lot of resources. Skeletor's really got it going on. None of that stuff matters because the real wound is you guys took away my empire. You took away what made me righteous. I am the rightful king. This isn't just like a crazy, crazy misnomer. Skeletor's not out here just wilding out. That's my house. This is my castle. It was my daddy's stuff, right? You died, like he is not. You don't get to skip me. You don't get to skip me. You ever been on the ball court? You got your ball. You're claiming I'm next, and they try to skip you. They're trying to skip over And Skeletor's like, I'm not having it. He is not. I'm not having it, right? Like in Skeletor, he's no joke. He's righteous, right? So his weakness is they represent him as power hungry, but no, he's just absolutely righteous. He is just ruled by this resentment, and I'm getting you back because he's like, I am the rightful heir. Like, and he attacks He-Man because He-Man is the one who's getting everything he got, like the heir. You're the chosen one. You're getting my life right there. Like it's like the dude in 5 Heartbeats. What's it feel like to be me? Right? I'm supposed to be the chosen one. So that's why they're really like mirror images, right? And that's why like he has void. Now we'll always say, okay, when Adam gets powers, he uses it to serve other people. And Skeletor uses it to fill a void inside of himself. Yeah, the void that you guys created. He 100% has a void inside him, and it's the void that you guys created by stealing his throne. If you hadn't stole his throne, he'd get to walk around feeling like a good prince already, and then he would then go on and use his powers to help other people. You guys got him stuck where I got to use my powers to get my get back. I'm sorry if this is all that I have, right? So this is definitely an interesting character because there's a lot of levels to Skeletor, man. This is really a lot of stories to Skeletor. Because he kind of reflects like, I hate you because like, he's also when intelligence gets to be bitter, like when you're so much smarter, it happens that I hear it happens to really intelligent people. Really intelligent people hate everybody else because I'm not trying to position myself, but look, there's a group of people where they hate another group of people based on their intelligence, and they really hate them. And it makes sense if you look at it from their perspective. So this is who Skeletor is. Like you guys are idiots, right? So he just kind of, he sees all the paragraphs. You took my life away from me. That's the whole thing. You took my life away from me. That's where I'm supposed to be at. And now you guys call me an enemy because I'm trying to get my stuff back. I'm trying to get my kingdom back, right? Like, I'm the smart one. I'm trying to get my kingdom back. And you guys have the audacity to flip it on me and tell me that I'm in the wrong. Like, I'm scared. This is my, what do you think, man? What are you thinking? So that's where Skeletor really comes in. So I want to understand who Skeletor really was, and like maybe he has a legitimate claim here, right? And the other part of learning about Skeletor is like, what's his greatest strength, right? And his greatest strength is not magic. His greatest strength isn't sorcery. His greatest strength isn't even that powerful Havoc staff or his armies. It's in his noodle, man. It's his mind. Think about what he's accomplished. Like he wasn't gifted all this stuff, right? He wasn't given like the throne and the army and the extra powers. He had to literally get it out of the mud. He had to get it through strategy. He built an empire out of outcasts, people no one else could work with. Beast Man, Eveline, Trap Jaw, Triclops, the Merman, right? Whippa. These aren't loyal soldiers. These are all criminals. They're monsters, mercenaries, and somehow he creates a stable organization out of these guys. He manages his entire organization of unstable personalities with executive level precision, right? One bad leader loses a group in a week. Like, he holds all these like different archetypes together. That's crazy intelligence that he can manipulate this many personalities all at one time to keep him on task to trying to get him up in the Castle Grayskull. That is sheer that is managerial brilliance, right? On a whole different level, right? And then here's the thing. He's a scientist and he's a damn sorcerer at the same time. Like, usually these two halves coming together is a whole study unto itself, right? Science versus magic. He has both of them. He's a sorcerer, he's an alchemist, he's an engineer, military strategist and commander, political schemer, archaeologist, like dimensional researcher. There's not this guy's on a level where it's few guys are on this level of research. We're talking like, you up there with like Dr. Doom. You might be up there with like Saruman on study, Ming the Merciless. I would put Raceland of dudes that just study them more. I gotta put Skeletor in there, man. You're one of the kings of research, right? You're constantly challenging the systems around you. You never back down, even when you don't have the odds stacked in your favor. Like, honestly. And you know what? You always get like right there, man. You're always right there from actually winning and taking over, right? So that's the whole thing. You're repeatedly discovering large artifacts, opening dimensional portals, creating super weapons, infiltrating castles that should not be entered. You capture heroes routinely. Like, you do a lot of brilliant stuff. And like, we get it. Your biggest flaw is your ego. That happens to a lot of guys like you. That happens to Dr. Doom. Same thing. Happens to Lex Luthor. Same. Megatron. Same thing. You guys are all cut from the same cloth. So we know what we're going to get when it comes to that ego, right? So that's always going to be your downfall. But physically, like, as far as intelligence, like, this is where it really is at. The strategy, he wins when it comes to like relying on the brain. And that's the truth about him. Like, his dangerous isn't because he was special. He creates himself. He educates himself. He learns forbidden magic, or what they call it. He assembles armies. He builds alliances with people. He conquers territory. So he's a nightmare among Eternia because he has a brilliant mind and he continues to use it to just beat them down. So I just want to, I know the movie's going to be coming out. People are going to be checking it out. I just want to get my thoughts on like understanding who Skeletor actually is and why we need to look at him just a little bit different sometimes, especially right now when this new flick's coming out. But we'll talk about it when the movies come out. But I'm just telling you, man, Skeletor might not be what you guys think Skeletor is, and you need to take that look at him.